folks, and welcome to The Ben Show, where the work ends and the fun begins. Catch Beck if you can. Yes, that is me, your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck. Beck. As always, we love hearing from all of you. Comments, stories, ideas. Get a hold of us anytime. Call or text 305-900-BEND. That is 305-900-2363. Or drop an email to bendradioshow@gmail.com. My producer, sound engineer, and co-host, Joe. I'm going to call you Joey.
Joey's my mom. Thank you. Joey is my mom, but it's me, Jeff Tigger Erhardt, your co-host, your bestie, your everything.
Oh my gosh, it's been a long week already, everybody.
Yes, my mother's name is Joey. We should have a contest if somebody could guess
what her real name is.
She would be madder than blazes because I think it's a beautiful name, but she hates it.
I think it is a beautiful name as well.
She hates it.
Well, on to other happier notes. I'll put it this way.
Sorry, Mom.
Jeff Tigger Erhardt is joining us. So there we go. Okay, what I've noticed, and maybe many of you are like us, the graduation announcements are starting to roll in.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I think people know that we're generous. I shouldn't even say that.
And the thing is it's not just for like graduating high school. There's kindergarten graduation. There's 8th grade graduation.
What?
There's graduating from high school. There's graduating from college. There's, I don't know.
I thought it was announcements from high school. We're getting announcements graduating from 8th grade.
We have some amazing nephews.
Oh, my
We'll
goodness.
put it that way. So we're going to be talking about more and more of this as the month proceeds.
Taking out loans, interest rates. Is that what we're talking about? Good grief.
But I thought I'd start throwing out some quick, simple ideas to get the ball rolling instead of just handing out cash. Although we know that's what they like.
Okay.
All right. Well, here's some quick ones. If the little ones aren't so little and they're heading to college or almost finished with college, but I'm guessing they already have this if they're done with college. But if they're heading into college,
towels.
Think about getting them. I know. Back in the day, we used to have hot pots. Do they even have those anymore?
A hot pot? I don't even know what a hot pot is.
That's what you used to make ramen with. I had one in my dorm room. I think we use it now to steam your cowboy hats when you go to shape them.
That's what a hot pot is? Then thank you, Joey, for giving me that for graduation.
Well, I think hot pots are out, but I would say probably Amazon Prime subscriptions would be considered in.
Oh,
another one might be...
Because you can't share that stuff anymore.
Well, Netflix is the one that's
cracking down.
So that would be another subscription, would be a Netflix subscription for the kids. Also think about rechargeable battery packs for their portable electronics. I love that one because it gets you outdoors, or you can use it for taking it to class.
That's a neat idea.
Another one is because gym memberships can be kind of expensive, and as the kids go out on their own, they're sometimes not always eating the healthiest. So maybe get them their own workout gear to take to college with them. And I was looking into this, a workout kit, which I really loved. Doesn't have to be very expensive, and just a few things that you might include would be like weighted armbands, maybe a jump rope, one that has a little weight to it, a few resistance bands. Those they can keep in their backpack and use in between classes.
You are everyone's favorite aunt right now.
Shouldn't I be?
Yeah, heaven forbid I question you.
So there you go. There's some things to think about. And
Genius.
As I said, we'll be covering gifts and such as the month goes on.
Sit back and enjoy the news.
Today we are heading all over the place, meaning all over the map. First, let's head to Ecuador for all of you video lovers. Google this. Sea lion swims in pool, relaxes on lounging chair. Yes, this hilarious video filmed at a beachside resort in Ecuador has gone viral, and it sure made me wonder, what would I do? The video shows a wild sea lion as it wriggles out of the sea and begins climbing the stairs slowly as it heads towards the resort's swimming pool located near the ocean. The sea lion then dives in, swims across the pool to where a guest is lounging poolside. Get this, the lion comes out of the pool and takes over the guest's lounging chair. He barely had a chance to pull his towel away before the sea lion decided to relax atop the chair. It's hilarious. When you have a chance, take a look. Be sure to Google it. Now we head across the ocean over to Europe, Estonia. Construction workers have found the battered remains of a 700-year-old ship under the streets of the Estonian capital of Tallinn. Buried approximately 5 feet underground, the remnants of the ship are made of oak and measure just over 78 feet long. And the ship is believed to have been much longer as parts of the bow from the ship are missing. Get this, when thinking the size of this ship, it has a beam, that's the ship's widest point, by the way, measuring about 29 feet across. Unbelievable. Researchers believe the ship was built at the beginning of the 14th century. The ship is in such well-preserved condition, it is considered a significant discovery, and artifacts uncovered so far include wooden barrels, pottery, animal bones, even some leather objects preserved, and textiles. The discovery will help historians and archaeologists learn more about shipbuilding and trade in the Middle Ages, as well as what life was like on board these ships. Now heading back to the United States, California. Condors soar again over Northern California coastal redwoods in the Redwood National Park. The endangered California condor has been seen soaring the skies over the state's northern coastal redwood forests for the first time in more than a century. 2 captive bred birds were released in Redwood National Park, about an hour's drive south of the Oregon border, under a project aimed at restoring the giant vultures to their historic habitat in the Pacific Northwest. Now we head east to South Carolina, where state wildlife officials in South Carolina want everyone to know that the 2022 sea turtle nesting season has begun, and they have already found sea turtle nests. The South Carolina Department of Natural Resources said staff with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service have found loggerhead sea turtle tracks in the sand. For folks like me who might be unfamiliar with sea turtles, I found this super interesting. Sea turtle clutches, by the way, the clutch is the number of eggs in a nest. Sea turtle clutches average 120 eggs and hatch after about 60 days. Female sea turtles may remain in nearby waters and continue to nest every 2 weeks. There are 4 sea turtle species nests on South Carolina beaches. They are loggerheads, greens, Kemp's riddle eyes, and leatherbacks. All 4 species are classified as endangered or threatened and are protected under the Endangered Species Act in addition to local and state ordinances. Wildlife officials said beachgoers can help the state's sea turtles by keeping beaches clean, turning off beachfront lights, and giving turtles and the nests a wide berth when encountered. People who violate federal law, by the way, by harming or interfering with the sea turtles or their nests, can be subject to civil penalties of up to $25,000 and up to a year's imprisonment. So please, everyone, enjoy observing the sea turtles if you are lucky enough to, but do remember to respect and not disturb. That's a wrap of the news. Stay where you are. We have more of The Bend right after this. This is Beck. First, I appreciate all of you for listening and making The Bend part of your week. Many of you have asked, how do I catch past episodes? The answer is super easy. Head to thebendshow.com and click on the Shows tab. There you can listen to every episode all the way back to episode 1. Podcasters, head to your favorite podcasting app and search The Bend. You'll find us. Be sure to follow and subscribe and never miss another episode again. Buckstorm Hunts offering Black Hills guided rifle and archery hunts on over 1 million acres for deer and turkey, and for South Dakota residents, elk and bighorn sheep too. Hunts are limited. Book a hunt today. Head to buckstormhunts.com. Public service announcement. Think safety first. Due to the extreme drought encompassing much of the United States, wildfire season is here. Before lighting that campfire or grill, check daily the local regulations for potential fire bans or fire restrictions.
Little Rack Taxidermy. Be it a youth's first hunt or a trophy of a lifetime, let it be something you always remember.
Reach out to Little Rack Taxidermy on Facebook and have Heather bring back that natural look. That's Little Rack Taxidermy.
OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org, a nonprofit providing veterans and active service members with opportunities to hunt and fish at no cost to them. For more information or to donate, check out OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org.
Again, that's OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org. Welcome back, everyone. Tigger is jumping in on here with me. And May, some of you may or may not know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And to kind of hit on that, I wanted to bring up how over the years now, Tigger and I have taken upon us to continue to try and, I don't know, what would you say, push ourselves to try something new each year?
Yes, I would say that's exactly what we do.
You know, last year we took up the kayaks.
Yep, love kayaking.
Mm-hmm. And this year, because now finally the bike boom is a little bit, it's subsided some. You can maybe get your hands on a bicycle without totally breaking the bank. That has kind of become our goal, our jam for summer 2022. And just recently, I mean, don't worry, we put a lot of homework into this, Tigger and I, didn't we?
Research. And research.
And relying on our great friends out there that they may or may not be experts, but they kind of led us down the right path.
What to do, what not to do.
Exactly. And so that's become our thing for this year is, you know, when we're done putting in a full day's work, whether it's out in the field, you're out fencing, you're moving cattle, maybe you have a desk job, whatever it is, our new one for this year is the bicycles and getting back to our youth again.
But this is not easy to try to figure these things out.
Because what's become kind of fun with this is Tigger isn't one that just jumps in and jumps on a bike. No, he's got a YouTube watch every YouTube video, get them set up for us.
Oh, my God. How many people have metric Allen wrenches? I don't, but I needed them.
Hanging in the background with Tigger and I today and being ultra quiet has been Raylene Proto, the founder of the outdoors clothing company Detelli Outdoors. Raylene, you were on the show a few weeks back, and if memory serves, you were telling me about signing up to try something completely new. And I think it was a waterfowl weekend event, if memory serves. By the way, thanks for being here. I don't think I even said that to you yet today. Tell us, can you, more about this experience?
So this was also my first duck hunt. So I duck hunted out of state in the middle of winter, had no clue what I was doing. It was actually a weekend education clinic ran through wilderness out of Kansas City, Missouri. And you basically have a day of education. So you have the game warden come in, they go over your different species of ducks, tell you that they're your friend, what not to do in the field, what to do in the field. And then you have some basic education with your shotgun. We took some newcomers that had never, ever shot a gun before. So they just came for the educational portion and got them out there shooting clays. We let them borrow our shotguns. We had extra hearing protection for them, eye protection for them. We did a dog clinic. That was really fun. And then the next day, those that were staying for the rest of the weekend, we had a duck and goose hunt. There's about 25 of us. And it was amazing. And we took all the skills we learned from the first day on setting your decoys, your blinds, you name it, and applied them to the following day and just had the best time.
I love that. I love that. And that gets me excited because I think of a lot of us too is we're getting into, 2022 is really off to a start now for all of us and many of us. And those of you that are looking at learning a new skill, I'm always promoting that it's never too late to pick up a new hobby or anything like that. What you just hit on, there are a lot of organizations across the country. Yes. Check with your state, your local, and just find out. You might be able to get in on one of these great weekend or classes, things like that they're set up to take somebody who's novice or beginner, or maybe you've been in this for a while and they could use your help to teach others.
So I will be going back. They have hunts throughout the year. So I will be going back and mentoring in those areas of my quote unquote expertise. I never think you're an expert really in this. I think you constantly learn different skill sets from different people. That's what makes it really fun. And then I'll obviously be participating in more things with them where I don't know, so that I can get those skills. We'll be doing a fly fishing clinic, I know, this summer, which is my passion. So I'm going to go out and kind of teach with that and work with the ladies. But it's amazing. They get women and youth involved, and it's great. It's really fun to watch some of these young ladies blossom into incredible outdoors women.
By the way, you might have to be on the show with me some more now that you said you're into fly fishing too.
Fly fishing.
That's more Tigger's jam, but he got me into it this last year. And then I took off with it and realized I love fly fishing from my kayak.
It's so fun. Oh, I haven't done it from a kayak. I wait and I float tubes.
I haven't
done it from a
tried that.
kayak.
I just jumped right into fly fishing off the kayak. I just took after it that way, but it is a lot of fun. And so that's what we're trying to say, everybody, is there is something out there for everybody, and it doesn't matter what age you are. You can be a kid that's like looking outside going, man, I want to go do something more than just play in the backyard, to somebody who's, retiring. And again, you're never too old to pick up any of these great hobbies or life experiences, adventures. They follow you throughout your life.
You don't need to be an expert to mentor too. I kind of want to throw that out there, because so many people have told me like, well, I don't know everything. Like, well, but you have a skill set to teach someone. And if someone's asking you to teach them, teach them.
Well said, Raylene. And I don't think neither Tigger or I could have summed it up any better. Folks, if you're interested in checking out Detelli Outdoors, head to detelioutdoors.com. Stay where you are. We make our final bend right after this.
Mickey's Mustard. You've heard us mention it before. It's the real McCoy, straight from the heart of Texas, and fat-free to boot. Order yours today from mickey'smustard.com. Ain't nothing like it. mickey'smustard.com.
Waterfowl, turkey, deer. ToxicCalls.com offers all of the various styles of calls needed to take your hunt to the next level when you create quite simply the most real sound yet. American made to boot. Order today. ToxicCalls.com. Public service announcement. Drought is affecting many states this year. Due to the low water levels, many of our favorite lakes and rivers may have limited boating access. Plan ahead. Check with local authorities for boat ramp closures or changes. Be prepared and plan ahead. Passionate about hunting, conservation, learning, and encouraging others? Watch Buckstorm on YouTube. Weekly videos about what it's really like hunting the Black Hills. Regardless the trophy or left empty-handed, Buckstorm on YouTube shares the real stories. Subscribe today, Buckstorm.
Welcome to the Cowboy Mardi Gras, the world-famous Miles City Bucking Horse Sale, May 19th to the 22nd. The party of the year gets bigger all the time. With the Thursday kickoff concert, the Orrin Murai Permit Challenge on Friday, PRCA Match Bronc riding on Sunday, and now 3 days of horse racing. Plus, there's family fun at the annual parade, shopping our huge trade show, and lots more events. Go to buckinghorsesale.com to see our giant 4-day weekend of fun and get your tickets now for the one and only world-famous Miles City Bucking Horse Sale.
Welcome back. Heading to the field, it is morel mushroom season in many areas across the country, and they are a delicacy. I've gone hunting for them many times and will say there is a reason why these are so expensive to buy from a roadside stand or at a farmer's market. They get the best of me every time I go out, and they're only available for a very short season. Since I've not been the best morel mushroom hunter, I thought it best to check in with someone that would know how the season is going and be able to offer some insight. Newest field staffer Phyllis Pettiford from Massachusetts, who is also the founder of the organization Women of the Outdoors, Phyllis has a report from the northeast part of the country on the morels, as well as some tips for those of us wanting to hunt these mushrooms. Let's take a listen.
Weather this May has been fluctuating from the 40s to the 60s with, colder nights and some heavier winds. Unfortunately, our spring has been so inconsistent with temperatures. This has delayed some of our wild edibles in their growth just a bit, so they're popping up a little bit later. And this year, our morel harvest will be much less than previous years. The foraging season for morel mushrooms in Massachusetts is as early as mid-April to the first week of June. This depends on which morel mushroom you are seeking, as well as the environmental factors. Like this year, we had the, kind of inconsistent spring weather, so it warmed up and then it kind of frosted over a little bit. So those morels are staying tucked under the ground just a little bit longer, and there's less of them. The best place to hunt for morel mushrooms here in Massachusetts is the wood lines of nice open fields that have those proper trees and decay that they need. The morels tend to be found by the base of ash, oak, cedar, elm, poplar, and apple trees. They like partially shaded areas with debris, all those layers and layers of leaves. You always want to check northern sloped hills as well as your level areas too. They're not super want to be wet, so they're not going to be in flooded areas. The mycelia associated with morels seem to prefer the bases of those dead elms and cedar trees, or unhealthy, like on their way out, elm and cedar trees. So their bark is peeling a little bit and it's like dying, but not all the bark is all over the place, all over the ground, which sometimes morels do like to have wood chips to grow out of. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed, but maybe they go over a family member's house or something, and in their mulch bed that they don't really tend to too often, but maybe they'll do a lime treatment on the grass, they have morels popping up in that wood chip area. So sometimes you find morels in places that you didn't think that you'd normally find them. So I can give you all these tips, but you really got to go out and check out, the areas that you think will be best.
Thank you, Phyllis. Great to know that in some areas the morel mushroom season is a little late, and those were terrific tips. One thing I love about morel mushroom hunting is that if you're hikers like Tigger and I, it makes for something fun to keep an eye out for while on the trail. For those interested in learning more about the nonprofit organization Phyllis has founded, Women of the Outdoors, search on Facebook, Women of the Outdoors, or head to the website wotousa.org. That's wotousa.org. Women of the Outdoors, by the way, works to motivate, educate, and empower women and youth through outdoor recreation. Give them a check out. Again, that's Women of the Outdoors.
Bullseye!
In the crosshairs, as I've been mentioning all month long, May is beef month. So here we go. I'm sharing another solution that's super easy for supper, dinner, that'll satisfy the whole crew. Mongolian beef stir fry. That's right, a 30-minute or less meal. How can you not like that? That'll curb everyone's craving for Chinese takeout. Have your pen and paper ready? Here we go. 2 flank or New York strip steaks. I recommend, if they're frozen, to take them out the night before and let them thaw in the refrigerator. That's a little inside tip I've learned. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil that's divided, 3 cloves of garlic minced, 1 tablespoon of minced ginger, a 1/3 cup of low sodium soy sauce, a 1/3 cup of water, 1/2 cup of light brown sugar, 2 green onions that are sliced into 1-inch pieces, and then 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame seeds, your salt and pepper, and I like to serve this over steamed rice. Here are the instructions. Slice that steak into 1/4-inch thick pieces, cutting against the grain, and then season the sliced steak with salt and pepper. Toss the sliced steak in cornstarch until it's fully and evenly coated, and then set it aside. Next, we're going to heat a skillet over medium-high heat and add 1 tablespoon of oil. Add in your garlic and ginger and saute it for about 1 minute until it becomes fragrant. Add soy sauce, the water, and brown sugar, and bring this sauce to a boil until the sugar dissolves. It'll take about 2 minutes. Pour the sauce into a liquid measuring cup and then set it off to the side. Take that skillet and place it back over the heat and add the remaining tablespoon of oil. Add in your steak and sear evenly until it's browned on both sides. This is going to take you about 1 to 2 minutes per side. Pour the sauce back into the skillet and stir together with the beef and let it simmer and allow the sauce to thicken up about 1 to 2 minutes. Toss in your green onions and continue to cook for about 1 more minute until the sauce is thick enough to coat the back of a wooden spoon. There you have it. You've now made Mongolian beef stir fry. I recommend enjoying it over steamed rice or lo mein noodles. If you're a vegetable lover, a great addition while cooking the steak is to add broccoli. If you'd like a copy of this recipe and others, be sure to check out our Facebook page at The Bend Show. Again, that's The Bend Show this week, and we'll share the recipe. Folks, if you have a field update, a topic we should investigate, a recipe, or a tale of your own to share, remember to send it this way. Call, text 305-900-BEND. That is 305-900-2363, or email bendradioshow@gmail.com. Social media, we're everywhere. Facebook and Instagram. Follow us at The Bend Show. You can also PM, personal message us there too. Thank you to my producer and sound engineer today, co-host Jeff Tigger Erhardt, to Raylene Proto from Detelli Outdoors, and our newest Bend field staffer and founder of the nonprofit Women of the Outdoors, Phyllis Pettiford, for filling us in on Morel mushroom season and tips on hunting them. As y'all keep making those memories in 2022, be sure to keep sending in those pictures by email and always tagging at, that's A with the circle, The Bend Show on social media. Hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, to ranching, farming, to your rural way of life, we want to see it all. We want to see and hear those memorable moments. Missed this episode? Find all our shows on the website, thebendshow.com, and be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app. Booking events now, change things up, and have us, Beck and Tigger, help you with your event. From MCs to entertainment to acting as host couple, let us make your gathering extra special. Thank you to our partners, Atlas Tracks, Little Rack Taxidermy, Mickey's Mustard, Miles City Bucking Horse Sale, Wabalo Creek Outfitters, Buckstorm on YouTube, Ranch House Coffee, RFT TV, and the Cowboy Channel. Finally, a big thanks to all of you listeners out there that came along, and whether you're coming or going today, stay with us as we ranch it up. Remember to keep up with me, Beck, all week long by following The Bend on Facebook and on Instagram. Again, that's at The Bend Show. This is Rebecca Wanner, where the road ends and the West begins. Catch Beck if you can next week on The Bend.